So the distance between you and success, it's information and transformation. Because the information you know is not enough for you to be a millionaire. Even if you are, even if we give you $1 million, you are broke again. You're going to be on a blew it, brother. You're going to blow it because you are not ready. You haven't been tested. I'm coming from corporate. Maybe I used to celebrate 45,000. How is it that I pay someone 45,000 now? Because I'm not the same person. I'm not. If I am, how do I do it for 50 people?
Let's take it back to Ekas, Let's take it back to an average South African who is, the statistics are very bad at the moment. I think our unemployment rate sit at something like, 36 point something, if I'm right. The economy, is not doing very well. But I think from the recent Stats SA statistics is that there's been some growth in the GDP and stuff like that. But COVID came, it was chaos and stuff like that.
Yes.
A lot of people lost their jobs and stuff like that. So to an average black South African who is, things are not going right, they are looking for jobs and stuff like that. But then they can start this entrepreneurship thing. And then they are looking at themselves like, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have this. And if someone asks you this, where should I start? How should I go about it? Stuff like that. What can you say?
All the monies I had and what my also wife gave me was not enough to do what I'm doing. I didn't make the company successful because of the money I started with. It's not about the investment. It's about who I became. Not money. They all say, no, you need capital. I give you capital now. If you haven't transformed, you will still do the same mistakes. Let's work on you transforming. Keep reading, keep learning, keep attending the seminars, keep listening to this YouTube like this one, keep listening to Ben. As you do that, your mind will transform. And the mind that is stretched cannot go back to its original form. If you are in the shack, my father stayed in the shack. He's now not staying there because I made it possible for him to stay in a premium estate. But my mind, not my money. I didn't have money. Enough money that you do this is not going to work. What you are going to do, you are going to offer yourself and your skills and gifts to somebody who needs them. That person might not pay you, but they will take you to a certain level, or they will introduce you to a certain person. That person, when you meet them, offer your skills and gifts. They might not pay you. They might call it exposure. That's not what's supposed to pay you. Continue moving. They will make you meet another person. As they make you meet another person, that person also might not pay you, but it might be a good platform to now be heard, or to build a brand and to be somebody. When you are becoming somebody, people will want to work with you. As they want to work with you, you are chasing forward as others want to work with you. You are somewhere. If you are somewhere, chances of you making it is high because opportunity lies there in that band. Not in the beginning, not on your bed dreaming, not you thinking about I am a genius and no. It lies on that level when you are already crafting and you are tired and everything you have and you only have 1 pence. You come back, you wash them, that's where opportunity happens. But if you're going to live with the mindset of proving to people that you are not struggling, you're not going to cut it. I want people to know that I'm struggling. I want you to know that this journey is difficult for me, so that when I am and I've done it, you can go back and tell them, this guy used to have 1 pence. This guy used to do this with just 1 shirt. He has hired over 50 people, professionals. He pays over 30,000 to 1 person. He can stay anywhere he wants. He chooses to pay people.
This is a masterclass.
Yeah.
I'm listening. Are there any internships for data analysts, scientists at analytics? If yes, how do we apply and what's the criteria for applications? And what's his long-term goal with Spaza Eats? And how do we, the masses, engage with this project?
I love this one. There are intentions available at Analytics Advertising and also at Spaza Eats. But at Spaza Eats, I've outsourced the team at Analytics to help me. So Analytics Advertising is open for internship. The other limitation we have is we don't have chairs anymore. That office is full. I want to hire people and be part. And that's what I tell Pavi. There's no chairs. I need to move to a headquarters. That's why I keep saying we are moving to a headquarters. I'm trying to manifest it. But somebody will say, no, he keeps saying headquarters. He does not want to employ us. But they're not realizing that I'm also limited by what I have, The team that I already have covered the whole place. But if you give me time and say 6 months, I've got plans to move to a new place. Maybe then we can get maybe 10 interns on data science. Spaza Eats. It's a fun, exciting project for the township and for our people. 80% is our people in this economy. And most educated people is us. But we don't have a platform and we don't even know where to start because that part was never educated in us and nobody ever told us. But I'm willing to work with you and I'm willing to teach you through these platforms. And I'm willing to say, start where you are with what you have. Can you afford a bicycle? Can you know what I mean? If you can, or can you connect a merchant? Maybe let's say before then, maybe you don't have to have scooters or bicycles or even have merchants. But can you be a salesman who can onboard merchants? Because if you can be that person, every merchant that you have onboarded, and when a customer buys, you're going to make a percentage from it. You don't need money to do this. You need your brains, your pens, and your energy. But if you can afford a bike, you can buy 1, 2, 3 and get your 3 boys and register yourself as a business and register in the platform, and all your bikes or scooters, you will see them moving. You will know how much you've made in a week. We will be paying you weekly, every 7 days, to your account directly. The reason why I'm doing this, I've trusted myself. I've been tested with money. I'm not a scam person. I will never scam you for your money. You will always receive your money. That's why I go in public and I talk like this. I've paid everyone. Nobody will ever come to you and say, that guy robbed me this. Because this is God's work. So when you are pushing your bicycles and you are pushing your journey, you will be paid for it. You might not start at the top, but you can build a logistic business through this. Other companies that are doing this, they will say you need to pay 6,000 to be part. You need to pay 2,000 to be part. I'm saying for free. I'm going to carry the risk. I might even give you the uniform in the first 3 months for free, because I'm not investing on myself. I'm investing on the economics of what can be if all of you start joining this. And you don't have to start with the bike, You can borrow your friend's bicycle and start doing this. Over time, you'll become. But talk about it as you do it. Let people know that you're doing this so they can fund you and give you more opportunities. Because faith comes from hearing, and hearing creates more opportunity. So many things I can say, but start where you are with what you have. You want to start at the top you don't have the economics, you don't have the logistics. Start where you can. Walk first. And it does not matter whether you're going to make it in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, because when you hit, nobody, and whoever said whatever to you, will be in your level. Because most people are in this, brother, let me say I'm starting. And I've used up all my credit card. I've used up the money that I've saved. Pavi gave me 200,000 when I'm starting this. I've used it in 6 months. It's done. In that level, to transition and be on the other side and create something that is powerful. It's not a money game. It's not it's not because you are so fortunate or what. It's persistence game. How persistent are you under pressure? How far do you have the heart for this thing, or you're doing it to show people that you can? Because when I'm doing this, I got so much broke doing this that I used to stuck on the highways, brother. That car, I gave it to my father. I never drove it since 2019. I gave it to my father. I drove it for 2 years. It gave me so much problem mentally that I didn't want it anymore. My father drives it. It's a special car to him, but not to me. You have to start with what you have and start where you are and struggle the best way. because that becomes your story when you're doing this. These guys don't want to struggle. They don't want to pick any problem. But you want to be like Mr. Banks. You want to make certain amount. You want to make this turnover annually. It needs a value chain. Do you have a value chain? We don't have the economics in the house. The best thing the family celebrate is a DSTV. It's a product that somebody else branded it for you to feel like it makes you rich to have a DSTV. It's just a product. You don't need to have it. In fact, it takes your time that you even forget to do your own thing. No, we have Netflix. Then what, you know what I mean? I have to decode this because you're spending 4 or 5 hours consuming content that is not to educate you. But if you were doing this with Ben, this is a different level of content, different level of mindset shift that could have changed your life. But you keep on doing the same behaviors that won't allow you to shift. So the distance between you and success, it's information and transformation. Because the information you know is not enough for you to be a millionaire. Even if you are, even if we give you $1 million, you are broke again. You're going to be on a blew it, brother. You're going to blow it because you are not ready. You haven't been tested. So, you know what I mean? You don't have pillars. No pillars. Can you be tested? Can you walk with one pants? Can you walk with one jersey under this winter? Can you fight the best way? Can you be that person who's persistent and resistant? Because your story is going to be powerful. You don't need to have money. You don't need to even prove to anyone around you that you are doing well. Let them all think you're struggling. That's the journey. Let them think that you are struggling. And you are struggling. But there's something that happens when you are doing it. Your mind shifts and you think like a different brother. Okay, I'm coming from corporate. Maybe I used to celebrate 45,000. How is it that I pay someone 45,000 now? Because I'm not the same person. I'm not. If I am, how do I do it for 50 people? And then you say, this guy is stupid. Listen, I don't have to be the smartest person. I just know enough, little bit of what I know. That stuff that you think I don't know, it's for you to execute because the pie is so big. But if you play your part, but you stay on your zone and you look at me, I can only know what I know. And it's only enough to take me somewhere. You know what I mean? But before you apply yourself, you can never be that person because the person you want to be has to be crafted. You have to fail. The best fighter has lost. The best fighter has seen the whole thing. The best entrepreneur, the biggest companies have seen sequestration. Everyone has seen it. They can all say, look at him, what he's doing. These behaviors are not normal, this and that. It's part of the game for you to learn. It's not going to be a straight route for you. Never. And the fact that you're coming from the bottom, it's even going to be worse. You know, my father's struggle was political. He used to come to Joburg and they return him. Back at home, they used to... Gauteng never used to allow people to come here if you didn't have Dom Pass and all of those. He used to come and with the whatever, walking and playing and all. But the fact that they fought political, why don't you fight economical? What are you going to, with what you know now, what are you going to leave for somebody else to benefit from what you know? But you're sitting there like, no, they're not going to give us anything. Brother, I'm not going to sit with a cut box on the street and I say I don't have a job. I'm never, ever going to do that. My ego does not allow me to do that. My ego doesn't. And somebody will say, no, this guy, you see what he's done. The mindset has transitioned that beyond money, even if you see me in a shack, don't feel sorry for me. The mindset has transformed. I know what to do when I'm there. You know what I mean? But people focus on the money, the material things. They say, no, he does not have a Ferrari yet. But they forget that 2 salaries buy a Ferrari, brother. I struggle to say these things to these guys, but transformation is what's missing. Transformation. Understanding of information is what's missing.
I think if there is a theme that I will pick up from this conversation is exactly on transformation. Transforming your mind is quite powerful because, and you know, I stay in Joburg. I cut my hair at a Nigerian salon,
Yeah.
and I look at our Nigerian brothers. These guys come to South Africa. They're not here to beg for jobs. They can't get jobs.
No.
They can't get South African jobs.
No.
But this guy come here.
They're not here for
and
jobs.
They still make it here. I mean, now if you look into, Joburg alone, all the salons now, they're occupied by them. You take it home from our villages. All the Spaza shops are occupied by our Somalian and Ethiopian brothers.
Yes.
And these guys, they find us here sitting on corners of tuck shops and taverns,
Yeah.
complaining about not getting jobs.
Yeah.
And these guys come in here
Yeah.
and they make businesses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there is something wrong with us.
Something is wrong.
There is something wrong with our mindset.
Something is wrong.
And the only thing that we talk about, and I see this all the time, and somehow people would feel like maybe I'm not normal and stuff. You'd find a group of gents talking about soccer and how and all of these things, and you'd find a group of ladies talking about skim sam and talking about this and this and this and that. And I'm like, we watch all of these things, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't watch soccer and stuff like that, but we're not having conversations that are actually growing us. A lot of the conversations that we're having are actually conversations about Netflix and chill, this and that, groove this and this and that. And the mindset has to shift.
You are saying it right, brother. You are saying it right. That's it. That's it. You know what I've learned when I was in Botswana? The environment is so soft. Everyone is relaxed. When I approach analytics advertising and I'm hungry, I look like I'm PwC in there because I'm hungry. Everyone is soft. That's the same thing that happens to Nigerians when they come here. We are too soft. We are too relaxed. We are waiting for somebody to come like this. They come in the hunt, brother. There's no grant in where they're coming from. No grant in Nigeria, brother. And these guys, when they come here, they're hungry. They don't know being supported and being support. You sit there and say, no, I won't start now because nobody's funding me. My brother, that man is not thinking that. He's thinking, who can give me at least $1 so I can make a meal? After the meal, then tomorrow I'm going to wash a car. After a car, then I'm going to make someone like this. The next thing is going to move, brother. We are so dependent that we don't move. Brother. The dependent variable.
You're taking to maths now.
Multivariate. You want to be dependent variable. You want to be an independent variable. You know what I mean? So you can be
what? Man. Talifhani. Man, come on. This is getting heated, man. Okay, so the other question said, what's his take on artificial intelligence since he's in the tech industry? Because things are heading to where one has to be tech upskilled all the time, even though he is the CEO. And also, does this AI impose an opportunity or threat to his business?
Love the question. AI, I've always wanted to explain technology in a way so people can understand about industrialization. There was a point where the first industrialization was for something else, and it was for dams and whatever, automating the process of water. Because back in the days, people used to have problems on farming and things like that. That was the first industrialization. Then we go to the second industrialization of electricity, where people were still comfortable with using fire. When electricity came, you know what the people who used to make wood say? They say, no, this electricity thing is going to be a problem. We're going to lose jobs. But they don't look at electricity as an opportunity to focus on something else. Then you move to the internet which is the third industrial revolution, which is now about computer, Microsoft. Back then, if you were with me in class, I'm coming from the old generation a little bit. They used to type the question paper like this with this machine. I forgot it. Those people, when they saw internet and computer, they were threatened. They were threatened about computer. They were like, this thing is going to be here and what. But that computer allows you to type and even delete and what. That machine they used to make mistakes with that thing. It automated the process. But did the computer take away from the human being? After all first industrial to the computer, did the people lose themselves? Now, we move to the fourth industrial, which is more AI, which is scaling technology, which is scaling internet. We are no longer going to a different, we're scaling internet now. We're going deeper into internet because internet has proven to be something that will automate ways of work and ways of. If you are going to do something that AI can automate, you're going to do things that AI or ChatGPT can do. You're going to be replaced. But it's not the end of the world. There's new jobs that AI can do that you need to start doing. How do you do them? You need to equip yourself with basic learnings of technology, be on the internet, start learning. For those who don't know, Google has most of the information that you need. YouTube has more. Ben's podcast has more information that you need. As you listen to this and as you study, you will know how to be on top of AI. You can't compete with AI. You are not a machine. Adam Smith, when he developed an economist, when he developed a model of people working in a line like this, somebody must focus on cutting, somebody must focus on sewing and whatever. So to process the process of work, that model worked for that time. But now AI automates that. It says that no one person or one machine can automate this because some of you have to focus on logistics and other things. The problem is you want to be part of that aisle of sewing. You want to do basics. So technology, you have to always be outside, allow yourself to adapt and grow with it, and see it as an opportunity. How can I see something that automates 5 days from me as a threat? Because if I was going to hire a copywriter, a consultant, a what to write information for me, and a lawyer to write information for me, now I just need one person, a project manager, and I give them a perspective of what we want to achieve. Then they go to ChatGPT. They tell ChatGPT to develop a character, and they say, please write for me these terms and conditions. One person can do all of that. How can I feel threatened when I was spending so much on the work on 5 people doing the same thing, that now those 4 people can now go and do other things? They can now go and work at Spaza Eats. Because we've got time now. We've got resources. Yes. So AI should allow you to create new opportunities. But if you're going to do the same thing, you're going to find it as a threat. Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah, no, well said. Well said. I mean, all the industrial revolutions, the other day I was in the Uber, so I'm talking to the Uber driver. It was after I think at Soweto there was this violence between the taxi drivers and the Uber drivers, and there's a violence that has always been there. So I'm talking to this Uber driver and just picking up his mind on this, and he said to me that he takes me back. He was an old guy from KwaZulu-Natal, a very deep Zulu man, and he says to me that when phones started, I'm a cell phone, he says that they used to be very resistive towards them. Because at the time they were like, no, but this thing, hey, wara and stuff like that. With the telephone.
Yeah.
And then from there they moved on to now having those big phones back, the aerial ones and stuff like that. And he says to me that manje ngisebenzisa phone, the smart ones is a touch screen and stuff like that. So then he says to me that the thing about this thing is that you need to move with the times.
100%.
If we still stuck ourselves into the old telephone line, and when the other telephones were coming and were being resistive, we would be stuck there.
Yes, and that's why our production will be slow. That's why you need technology in the companies. People are thinking that maybe we won't your jobs will be something else. It will be the same thing, but in a different way. You are no longer focusing on developing the content. You are focusing on maybe putting the information into one and connecting with the human. Technology without humans, it's void, is not important. Technology needs human intervention. Technology will never, at this point, even AI does not have feelings, you can listen to all the guys, does not have any touch, does not have sense, so it will never replace human. But you are the person who's going to connect technology with everything else.
You're so right, because I was talking to, I'm in the education space, obviously. Yes. I'm in academia.
Yeah.
And someone was talking to me. I was talking to a group of computer science students that I was lecturing, and we were just talking about these things because my lectures are, Yeah, my lectures. You wanna be in my lectures? My
Oh,
lectures are not just lectures.
yes.
My
I've heard you
lectures.
speak it. Yeah. You bring life into, you bring practical examples.
Yeah, So then I'm lecturing this group of computer science students, mathematics, and we're just having a chat on this. So
Yeah.
we're talking about all of these things. So they are working on robots,
Yeah.
as part of their projects, and we're talking about this, and we also talked about AI and how it's going to take jobs and stuff like that. Then I say to them to say, you see, you guys, you're coding and you're coding these robots. If you are to make a robot that is a robot that will replace me,
Yeah.
somehow you're still going to need teachers, because teachers have learned the pedagogy or the ways of teaching. So it doesn't mean that teachers are going to be useless in the process. Teachers are still going to, because you guys come with the coding skill, but you need people who actually understand
Humanity.
how to teach, and then
Yes.
the human process of teaching that we can encode into this robot or into this code and stuff like that. So it's the thing that you're talking about, that there's going to be a transformation of jobs,
Yes.
and I see it that way.
Yes. It's going to be a transformation. And if you slow down, if you are going to be the slow one who adapt late, you're not going to have a job. You're not. To do what? Because what you know is, can we hire somebody now just because you know computer? You know the people who used to study back in the day, they say, no, I have a certificate of computer. I know Microsoft Word. Can you hire a person that now? Can you hire that person now?
No. No.
You you need to grow. You need to grow. And you need to grow. You need to keep learning. That's what will allow you and give you opportunity. Opportunities are there. That's why now even a content maker makes more money than than some engineers. Would you agree? Some content makers,
Yes,
they're
I've.
making 50, yeah, 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 50, 60,000, making more money. Because why? Because content is now demanded. But if you're an engineer and you can do something else, you can combine those skills and make your power move. But you will continue saying, no, I'm not a content person. I'm a mathematician. I'm a PhD. I don't make YouTube, man. I don't share content, man. What I know is special. You see, you are adapting, brother. You are adapting. You saw that I'm a teacher already. So I'm now this platform gives me a platform to teach to everyone else for free. And as I teach, I get paid for that. That's what you're doing.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
You adapted.
Wow, man.
And would you say that when you started your degree, would you say that you were gonna be if somebody had told you you're going to be a PhD to also share on YouTube, would you say that? Would you say you would do that? You would say no, I wouldn't do that. But you adopted to see, realize, oh, this is the new. It's just it does not even define me. I'm a PhD expert, brother. I'm a mathematician. I'm gonna use the technology to advance my message to people, but it does not limit. It does not. Yeah.
Man. Man, we can talk more on
We
this.
can
We can
talk
talk
more.
more on this.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of
A lot of
you
thoughts.
know ideas
Yeah.
in my mind, because the things that you're talking about are things that I like engaging my mind on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.